man in the front passenger seat turned around. "You're very welcome. What's your name?" For a second, I couldn't remember it. I just sat there, face to face with Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. After I remembered my name, Dr. King asked me what I was doing in the project. "Nothing. I just work with kids." He looked at me for what seemed to be an eternity, though I'm sure it couldn't have been more than a few seconds. And if I live to be 100, I will never forget his response. "Young lady, don't you ever say that you just work with kids. Our children are the future. You're helping to form that." All I could do was nod, try and fight back the tears. "Well, just share what you know and what you love with them." Well, the next day I was scheduled to teach a class on Negro history, but I tore up my lesson plan and told the kids that we'd be teaching Negro history by recreating it. We created a play on Harriet Tubman, who led slaves to freedom in Canada via the Underground Railroad. We discussed resisting oppression and how freedom involves personal risk and courage and teamwork. The play was a huge success, and the next day the kids wanted to do it all over again. I had finally found a way to reach them, and that's why I'm staying in Mississippi.
Was the Great White hopes would return to the Great White homes a factor in your decision?
Maybe it was, but I wouldn't be returning to a Great White home. I grew up in an old house in southern Illinois, which isn't exactly the Hamptons. It may be small and it may be old, but I think it could be a national landmark one day.
Did Abraham Lincoln stay there or something?
No, but it was a station on the Underground Railroad, though I doubt my parents knew that when they bought it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this brand new 4-bedroom home boasts of 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, brand new appliances, and a cozy secret chamber where you can hide any fugitive slaves who may visit during the holiday.
I discovered that secret chamber in our basement when I was 6 years old. I used to pretend I was Harriet Tubman on a secret mission out to thwart the evil rebel slave owners. I guess that's why I joined the project. I would no longer have to pretend I was an abolitionist. I could become one.
Well, that was something. Ladies and gentlemen, it seems that we have been privileged to have had the re-incantation of Harriet Tubman among us. Oh, this is something. None other than Black Moses herself. Did you ask anyone if you could stay? Or if anyone wanted you to stay? Suppose your daddy invited me up to Springfield to paint that little house of yours on the prairie for the summer. And on the first day of fall, he comes out and sees me still milling around in his backyard. Now, Jim, you painted the house like I asked, and I appreciate it. But what in the name of Abraham Lincoln are you still doing in my backyard? Well, Mr. Whitaker, you see that picket fence over there? It's looking right shabby, so I think I'm just going to stay and paint that for you. And that garage of yours could benefit from my painting expertise, too. Now, Wendy has told us a story, and it's a good one, too. She didn't tell us the whole story, did she?
What?
Who exactly invited you to Jackson to hear the Lord preach?
A friend.
Oh, you mean that Negro friend you've been holding hands with and carrying on with, huh? I just want to know if having that little boyfriend of yours made your decision to stay a little bit easier.
What difference does it make? She's reached out to kids and she wants to stay and reach out to more. Is that so bad?
Look here, Samantha, I like you. You're coming from me, that's a compliment. But as God is not with you, you may want to sit this one out.
Jim, I think we all want to sit this one out. So why don't you just show us your report?
I can summarize my summer report in a single word.